It's early in the morning, or potentially the middle of the night. And yeah, I don't want to do this today. I'm up. I got to go to work soon-ish, a couple hours, but I don't want to do this. So what? Also, I don't feel quite so sore today. I don't feel quite so bad. Still bad, but it's time to get the squats. Squat every day, 154, I think. Time to get them. This is the Sisyphus Boogie. That's what I'm calling today. That's today's theme. The Sisyphus Boogie. You push the boulder up the hill, it rolls down. You do it again. Just keep doing it. Doesn't matter if you want to do it or not. Stay tuned. So why would I say something silly like Sisyphus Boogie? What does that mean? And when I said it, I had no idea what I was even talking about. Just kind of ditzy and tired. But yeah, so I guess it would help if you knew the story of Sisyphus. And I'm going to do this real fast and ugly. Basically, Sisyphus is punished by the gods, you know? And he has to push a boulder up a hill all day. He gets to the top, it rolls down the hill, he walks down the hill at night. The next day, he pushes it up the hill again. And this is an allegory, right? This is the Greek myth to kind of, it's a placeholder for the toil of just being a person, you know? They're just living life, you know? And some of you might be fans of existentialism. Maybe there's an Albert Camus reader out there. And you'd know that, like, Camus addresses the myth of Sisyphus. He talks about how, like, our basic choices are to push the boulder forever or not. And by not, he means kill yourself. That essentially it's a binary situation where you either do the pointless drudgery or you opt out, right? But Camus then offers a third option, and he calls it absurdism, where you lean into the absurdity of it, and you embrace it, you embrace the work, despite it, you know? You find joy and pleasure and meaning, not only in the work, but in the absurdity of it. I like Camus, or I like existentialist absurdism. I think it's an interesting way of addressing the problem. And just so we're clear, that Camus is no fan of suicide. You know, he doesn't believe that's a viable choice in this scenario. I guess part of what I'm struggling with is what's most commonly referred to as a midlife crisis, you know? That, like, I'm pushing my boulder, you know? And I pushed that boulder for a long time. And we're human beings on the ground. We're not a Greek myth. So we have, like, more novelty and more options than a mere boulder up a mountain, you know? And how I've always addressed the absurdity of both the work and the drudgery of it is by switching the work, you know? I'll just do something else. I've always fancied myself a jack of all trades, master of none kind of guy. And, I think my lady appears. Happy Valentines Day, everybody. I think she interrupted me at this point. And yeah, so we're going, no, maybe not. We're just staring at a blank screen now and I'm running down the clock. But yeah, I've always, like, dealt with it like, if I get bored, there she is. My lady love. We're going to make a nice dinner tonight. If I get, like, way down, if I'm bored, if I'm feeling just my soul chipped away at by the drudgery of daily life, I just switch the work. I'll just do something else, you know? And then I have it refreshed for a little while. I didn't set the camera back correctly. Oh, there we go. And lately that isn't working, you know? I keep trying new stuff And I keep, this is 185, and I do 6 just to punish myself. So yeah, that's great. Uh-oh, we're out of time. I guess I'll just keep talking, you know, blank screen and all. So I'm kind of trying to deal with this. It doesn't seem like anything I do is satisfying. And the Sisyphus boogie, you know? I'm kind of like, I've got my boulder, I'm pushing it up a mountain, and it doesn't matter if I try different boulders, it doesn't matter if I try a different mountain. I can't get around the idea that it's pointless. And then I don't enjoy it, and it doesn't feel meaningful, and it doesn't feel purposeful, and it doesn't satisfy me on any level. So that seems pretty bleak, right? But what kind of came to me yesterday was that I keep trying new stuff, and maybe I should try something old. Maybe I should try something that a past iteration of me gave up on, you know? So like, I used to be a writer. I used to be an academic. And I also used to be a drunk, you know, and a drug addict. And I gave that up in my early 20s. And now in my mid 40s, I'm thinking maybe I should pick it up again. Try on an old pair of shoes. See if this new version of me likes the fit and the feel. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that makes a ton of sense. But that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. And before you get worried about me, assuming you even listened this far, which you're a lunatic if you did, but also I appreciate you. Like, it's not as bleak as all that, you know? I know I mentioned suicide in this video when I'm talking about Sisyphus and Camus, and that kind of seems like the beginning of a suicide note, right? But I'm not unhappy, you know? I'm not depressed. I'm struggling to see the point. Anyway, I'm gonna have a nice dinner with my lady tonight. We're making scallops and wild rice and a few other treats. Perhaps I'll post an update of it later. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. This is Joe in real life. I love y'all. Be nice to each other today, okay? I gotta get to work, and I'm gonna try real hard to not bring my bad attitude there. I'll see you tomorrow.